Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. Let's get fired up. This is Coach Kenny. I'd like to welcome you all to the Huddle this afternoon, to the Let's Get Fired Up empowerment session. First of all, I'd like to break down why we're doing what it is that we're doing here. We created this platform for people who are looking for a little bit of motivation, who are looking for a bit of a playbook, if you will, on the road to success. We have developed this Let's Get Fired Up session because we realize that so many people are out there with the potential for just so much success in their lives, for the potential for such greatness in their lives, and people are sitting on ideas. They're sitting on visions and goals simply because they do not know how to get it started, or they may have thought that maybe it's not worth it, or they may be concerned about the naysayers or opposition or something like that. So we have developed this thing here, this platform here, to help get you past all of the things that may be in your way. A lot of times that very thing that's in your way is you. It's yourself. So we are here, myself, Coach Diamond, a couple of guest coaches that we're going to have along the way. We are here to get you fired up. We're here to get you motivated. We're here to get you simply past yourself, because when it comes down to it, it really is you are the only thing that is holding you back. It's not the opposition. It's not the naysayers. It's not even finances. Some of us may think that, I can't do this because I don't have the money to do it. But really all it is it's yourself. It's how much you limit yourself. You can go as far as you want to go. You can go as far as you work to go. So we have developed this. Let's Get Fired Up. We have developed this Huddle, this session here, this platform. We have developed this to help you get beyond you. We're taking principles that we have learned along the way, that we continue to learn. Not taking anything for granted, not saying that we are gurus at this or have completely cornered the market at all, but we are taking that which we have learned and continue to learn from our own mentors and people that we follow, and we want to pass this down. We can only be successful, we can only make it if we help each other. We cannot allow any type of racial barriers or religious barriers or any type of belief barriers. We can't allow any of that to stunt the growth, to stop the movement, if you will. We all have the potential for greatness, and therefore that is why we are doing this. We would love to see everybody succeed. If everybody got on one accord, what a movement we could make, what an impact we could make on this world. If everybody just stopped worrying about what this person is doing or what that person is doing and just really come together. That which I have, I can pass down. And then once you get it, then it's literally your responsibility to pass it on to the next person. So just wanted to, drop that on you real quick before we go into that, which I have for you today, just to let you know why it is we do what it is that we do. It's so that we can, as a whole, progress and move on and push this thing just into the next dimension and on to the next level. So with that, today I want to talk to you about planning. I say again, I want to talk to you about planning. You see, no one builds a house without a blueprint. In the same manner, no team goes into a game without a game plan. I myself personally, I don't like to take a trip without knowing where I'm going. And all of these things require planning. You need to have a game plan. You need to have some type of plan in place so that you can begin to prepare yourself for that which you are trying to reach, for that which you are trying to set off. I heard someone say one time that success loves preparation. I say again, success loves preparation. You see, yeah, there are some success stories out there that are overnight success stories or, quick schemes or, get rich quick schemes and those things like that. But please understand that for the most part, with the exception of those few stories, and we've heard them all, with the exception of those few stories, there cannot be success without proper preparation. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. I want to talk to you about the game plan. You see, planning helps you prepare for the future. Planning gives you a visual. It gives you a map. Like I said, I don't like to go anywhere without knowing where I'm going. I like to have a map, if you will, or some type of navigation to help me out. Then it gets to a point where when I've been in some places enough, then I already know the way that I'm going. So, you see, planning gives you this map. It gives you an idea of exactly the direction that you're trying to go, and not only the direction that you're trying to go, but the manner in which that you're going to follow those directions. That's what planning helps you do. It helps you. It gives you a visual of the future. Coach Diamond said earlier that next level thinking or next dimension thinking requires that you take a tour of your next position. In other words, you need to begin to go into certain places that you expect to be. If your goal is simply to get a better job or simply to get a promotion, then you need to take a step into that department, if you can, and see what goes on in that department. You may need to begin to ask some questions of people that work in that department or work on that job so that you can get a visual of that which you are trying to get into, and you can set your plan in motion. Planning will also motivate you. Planning makes you set goals. You have to set goals as part of your plan. You have to set short-term goals, and you have to set long-term goals. Your long-term goal may be to make $100K by a certain age, or by the end of the year, or by the end of the quarter, or by the end of a decade, or a certain amount of years. And so then you begin to work backwards from the long-term plan, and then you begin to set short-term plans. What is it that you need to do right now that will eventually lead to the steps that it gets you to the long-term goal? And then once you set those goals, you have to work those goals. This is why planning will motivate you. You may be sitting somewhere and you're so unmotivated, you're so unhappy with where you are right now, but you're not necessarily sure how to get from point A to point B. You're not necessarily sure how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Planning will help you do that. Planning will help you motivate. You see, once you begin to get a visual, like I said, how planning will give you a visual, it will help you see where you're going. Once you begin to get the visual, once the road begins to appear before you, then it will motivate you to get on that road. Now this goal that you set, now this vision that you have, this business idea that you have, now begins to become a reality. And that is enough to motivate you to move in the proper direction. Planning also makes you ready for anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything, good or bad. Planning, a good plan, check this out, a good plan will work through no matter what, because a good plan will also have backup plans built into it. You see, a good plan is not just singular in direction or singular in focus. A good plan has escape routes to it, or exit ramps to it, or contingencies to it. That's the word, contingencies. A good plan has contingencies to it that will even help you to divert oppositions that come your way, help you to divert naysayers that come your way, help you to divert potential setbacks. A good plan has contingencies. A good plan is also its own backup plan. That's what planning will help you do. Planning will make you ready for anything, no matter what comes your way. When you have a decent plan in place, then no matter what happens, good or bad, you are prepared for that which is coming your way. You are prepared to get over the obstacles, no matter what, to get to that which you are trying to get to. It's like I talked about before, like with a game plan that a team may have. In their game plan, during their practice sessions, a team is preparing for the worst. They are preparing to lose their star player if it happens. They are preparing to play from behind if need be. They are preparing for whatever else may come. All of that comes during their practice, and it's all built into their playbook. It's all built into their game plan. You see, they create plays simply for the backup players that need to go, and if it's the quarterback, they create plays simply for the backup so that in the case that they lose their starter and the backup has to come in, then he has plays specifically designed for him. That is their plan. Their plan has contingencies. Their plan has backup plans built in it so that if they find themselves down, okay, now we're down. Now we need to pull out the plan that was in place in case we're down. Now, I'm not saying that, some of you may be thinking, well, am I preparing to fail? Is that what you're saying, Coach? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, that you need to be looking to fail, that you're expecting to fail, but you need to have these things in place, not for failure, but for potential setbacks, for potential roadblocks, because those things are going to come. A good plan will face opposition. A good plan will face roadblocks. A good idea will run into all these things, but if you have the right plan, you'll be able to get over them. Planning shows that you're thinking. It shows that you are thinking this thing out, that you are thinking your route out, that you are thinking your way, how you're going to go about it. It shows that you're thinking. It is the reason why banks require a business plan before they're going to lend you some money. They need to know that you have thought this thing out. They need to know that it's not something that you thought about on the way to the bank, that it's not something that you dreamed about last night and just got up and ran to the bank and decided, you know what, I need some money for this. The banks need to know that you have planned this thing out, that you have thought it out to a certain extent. It lets them know where the money's going, and it helps them to assess the risk. But it also gives you the same advantage. A good plan helps you assess risk. Again, it goes back to being able to have contingencies. A good plan will show you somewhere down the line where you might run into a roadblock. If it is finance, once you have mapped out your plan, you know the moments during the plan. You know the moments during the trip where you're going to need money. If I'm getting in my car and I'm taking a long-distance trip, one of the things that I'm going to make sure I know before I pull out of my driveway are potential tolls. Where am I going to run into a place where I'm going to have to reach in my pocket and pull out some money? It is not a good plan for me to head out with not a dime to my name, with no money in my pocket, and run into a toll booth. That is not a good plan. I have not properly planned my trip, and that will impede me, that will slow me down, that will halt me from reaching my destination. We all have a destination that we're trying to reach, and the only way that we can get there is by good planning. Planning will help you assess the risk. It will help you see where you may run into a potential roadblock. You may run into a potential setback. You may run into something that's going to slow you down. A good plan will help you do that. It shows that you are thinking. You cannot start this business venture. You cannot start this vision without a good game plan. Some of you are sitting on multi-million-dollar ideas because you don't know how to get it started. I say again, like I said earlier, success loves preparation. I'm going to say it again. You need to get this in your head. Success loves preparation. If you want to be successful, prepare. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Start with a plan. Start planning today. Your future starts today. I say again, your future starts today. Your destiny starts today. Begin your plan. Get your game plan together. We're trying to help you build your playbook here. Once again, this has been Coach Kenny. Thank you for joining us here in the Huddle. My prayer is that you have a blessed and successful and productive day. This has been Coach Kenny. Thanks for coming to the Huddle. Get fired up. Do the things you got to do. Build your plan, and success will follow. God bless you.